Hey guys, here's another video on conditional proofs. This is from page 170 under additional exercises, and this is number 4 right there in the middle of the page, okay? So it gives us if V, then if C, then P, if C, if D, then V, therefore not D or P. Okay, so the conclusion is not a conditional, so we don't immediately know what to do, okay? But I am going to have this little tickle at the back of my brain that says, a negative and an or. I feel like there's one of those funky appendix B rules that would help me here, okay? So I'm going to go to my appendix B at the back of my book, and I'm sure all of yours is at the back of your book. No, it's not. I need to make a copy for everybody, I know. But hopefully you have a picture of it. So on appendix B, it tells us that, I'm trying to pull it up so I can show you. It tells us, I'm moving my thing over here. On appendix B, it tells us that, you see right there, I'm looking for it. Oh, look, not P or Q equals if P then Q. Now, if that equals that, then coming back over to our proof we're trying to do here, looking at this, I'm just going to make myself a note here that if I can prove if D then P, okay, if D then P, then I can, by implication, get my conclusion. Does that make sense to y'all? I hope so. Okay, so now I know that I'm really after if D then P. Because once I have if D then P, then I can perform a simple implication and get to not D or P. I do hope that y'all can see that at this point. I hope that before you start writing, when you're doing something like this, before you start writing, you will look at your appendix. If it's not obvious what your first step should be, and sometimes it's not, I hope you'll look at your appendix and see what you see. And I hope that we've had enough practice now that some things are starting to look familiar to you, even if you can't quite put your finger on why. And I completely understand that. That happens to me a lot, okay? So, even if I didn't know that, I'm already going to think I'm probably going to assume a D because of this as well. If D, then V is a simple conditional, whereas up here, if I assume a V, all I can get is another conditional. Now that may be helpful here in a second. But right here I'm going to assume a D, okay? And that's going to be just conditional proof assumption. And then what's almost always going to be my next step? V by modus ponens. I'm pulling an Ada Brooks here and not doing my lines first. Modus ponens should be 3, 4, right? Now, once I have V, I can use it to get if C then P, right? We got up here. If V, then if C, then P. I've got V. So that's going to be 1, 5 modus ponens, okay? Now, I have C. So now I can get P, right? So P from 6 to modus ponens, okay? And now look what I've gotten. I have if D, then P, from 4 through 7, conditional proof. Does that make sense to y'all? And now I made my note earlier that all I'd have to do is perform an implication. So now I'm going to have not D and P by 8 implication. Does that make sense to y'all? I hope so. I liked that one.